Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to College Park Center at UT Arlington. Please take this time to silence any electronic devices you have. In the event of an emergency, the College Park Center ushers and staff will provide direction and assistance. We ask for your full cooperation. Again, welcome to College Park Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the university faculty and degree candidates, as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at the great institution of the University of Texas at Arlington, I hereby call this commencement ceremony to order. I ask that everyone please rise for the entrance of the national colors by the UT Arlington Corps of Cadets, to be followed by the singing of our national anthem by Lillian Bailey. Gentlemen, please join me to remove your hats.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave? Left, 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 right. Mark tag, march. Left, left. Color guard, hold. Center, face. Post. Colors. Reset. Arc. Order. Arc. Right, face. Forward, march. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right. Forward, march. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right.
Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Motesa Khaledi and Dean Teresa Doty to preside over today's ceremony. Dr. Doty?
Good evening, honored guests, faculty, friends, families, and graduates. I'm pleased to welcome you to the Fall 2017 Commencement Ceremony for the College of Science and the College of Education. Please hold your applause until I have introduced our entire stage party. The hooding professors on stage will be introduced as they come forward to hood their students. Joining us this evening are Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Tech Lim. President of the University of Texas at Arlington, Dr. Vistas Kapari. Vice President for Student Affairs, Mrs. Lisa Nagy. Dr. Dan Robinson, Professor and Chair of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction, also serving as a gonfalon bearer for education. Dr. Ann Cavallo, Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies in the College of Education, also co-director of the UTeach Arlington program, Professor of Science Education, and Distinguished University Professor. Dr. John Smith, Associate Dean for Educator Preparation and Professor of Reading and Language Arts, serving as our mace bearer. Dr. Morteza Khaledi, Dean of Science. Dr. Greg Hale, Assistant Dean of Science and co-director of the UTeach Arlington program. Dr. Laura Midlars, Associate Chair of the Department of Biology. Dr. Fred McDonnell, Chair of the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. Dr. Arnie Wingeth, Chair of the Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences. Dr. Jianzhong Su, Chair of the Department of Mathematics. Dr. Alex Weiss, Chair of the Department of Physics. Dr. Perry Fuchs, Chair of the Department of Psychology. Dr. Brian Brown, Executive Director of Data Management and Educational Information Officer in the College of Education, serving as the announcer for the College of Education today. Dr. Casey Brown, Interim Chair and Professor of Educational Leadership and Policy Studies. Dr. Ashley Ferguson, Assistant Vice President for Strategic Initiatives. Dr. Peter Crouch, Dean of Engineering. Dr. Troy Johnson, Vice President for Enrollment Management. Dr. James Grover, Interim Dean of the College of Architecture, Planning and Public Affairs, and Professor of Biology. Dr. Minerva Cordero, Associate Dean of Science for Academic Affairs and Professor of Mathematics. Dr. Teresa Jorgensen, Associate Professor of Mathematics, also serving as the Science Gonfalon bearer today. Dr. Kevin Shug, Interim Associate Dean of Science for Research and Graduate Studies and Professor of Chemistry, serving as the University Gonfalon bearer today. Serving as announcer for the College of Science and also the Honors Gonfalon bearer, Dr. Tim Henry, Assistant Dean of the Honors College for Student Affairs and lecturer in the Department of Biology. We would like to thank Dr. Tim Ishii, Associate Chair of the Department of Music and the UTA Jazz Orchestra for their performance in today's ceremony. And I'd also like to congratulate our soloist, Lillian Bailey, on her graduation from the College of Liberal Arts this afternoon. There's a very important group who helped each graduate reach this milestone: members of the UTA faculty. These dedicated professors have provided you with valuable classroom instruction and have shaped your intellectual growth in labs, in the field, and in the community. They have served as teachers, mentors, and role models, collaborating with you in the pursuit of academic achievement and preparation for what lies ahead, be it further study, entry into the educated workforce, or some other post-commencement adventure. Would the faculty please rise to be recognized? Thank you. Dean Khaledi.
We are pleased to see so many families and friends here today. You have come from across our state, our nation, and even as far as Nigeria, Vietnam, Poland, and Ethiopia. No matter how far you have traveled to join us, we welcome you. Your presence means a great deal to your student and to us, and it is an honor to share the stage with them as we celebrate their accomplishments. It is my pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, our university president, Dr. Vistas Karbari. A visionary leader and accomplished scholar, Vistas Karbari took office in June 2013 as the 8th president of the University of Texas at Arlington. He is a professor in the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering and the Department of Civil Engineering. As president, Dr. Karbari is committed to advancing UTA's national and international profile while strengthening excellence in research and teaching and ensuring the success of the university's more than 58,000 students in Texas and around the world. Prior to joining UTA, President Karbari served at the University of Alabama, where he was provost and executive vice president for academic affairs, the University of California, San Diego, and the University of Delaware. A prolific researcher, President Karbari is an expert in the processing and mechanics of composites, durability of materials, infrastructure rehabilitation, and multi-threat mitigation, and has authored and co-authored more than 460 papers in journals and conference proceedings, and edited or co-edited 6 books. He is a fellow of several preeminent research and professional organizations, including the National Academy of Inventors, ASM International, the International Institute for Fiber-Reinforced Polymers in Construction, the International Society for Structural Health Monitoring of Intelligent Infrastructure, the American Society of Civil Engineers, and the ASCE's Structural Engineering Institute. Please join me in welcoming our fellow maverick, Dr. Vistas Karbari.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies, I don't know what you did wrong to have an engineer speak to you. Members of the class of 2017, a few years ago, you chose to attend the University of Texas at Arlington, and either at that time or sometime later, you chose again. You chose the discipline in which you would get a degree, and thereafter you chose again. You chose electives, specializations, minors, theses, and dissertation topics. Each choice brought you closer to today. Each choice brought with it worries, relief, lots of reading, hours of practice, days of contemplation, the writing and rewriting of projects and essays, and the deep thought that goes into creating something new, and the pain and joy that comes along the way to completion. You worked individually and in groups, in teams. You've cried, you've laughed, you've questioned yourselves, you've questioned others, and you've been through the lows of despair and the highs of success. Congratulations. Today marks the culmination, the coming together of choice and destiny. I'm humbled and honored to join you as you celebrate the attainment of a tremendous milestone, the completion of a degree. We live in an age that is driven by information, where technology drives us to globalization and shrinks the space between continents, countries, and cultures. Diverse people are pushed together very close, sometimes making them reluctant neighbors. and often fueling resentment, envy, anger, and mutual distrust. Divides, social, cultural, religious, and political, have been amplified. We're now witnessing intensified conflicts on a global scale, including congestion, the clash of cultures, and social turmoil. We would forgive a visitor from another planet if they thought they'd been transported onto the continents of Westeros or Essos, with daily intrigue, a world of tribal politics governed by naked power and aggression, violent reactions, and hatred based on tales of years gone by. Magic, dire wolves, giants, white walkers, and dragons. All these exist in the 21st century analog of the Game of Thrones. When one tries to rule from an iron throne, a 700-foot wall of ice and snow may well be needed. But in today's world, you are the antidote to that. You are the reason why cultures will come together. And you, our graduates, have the power as you go forth to fix the problems that we and previous generations have created. So as you join the real world as the Dragon Queen, Daenerys, or Jon Snow, remember that for you the motto should not be "winter is coming," but that you will answer injustice with justice. You are our best and brightest. You've already demonstrated that you have intellect and talent. You are determined and motivated. You are innovative and entrepreneurial, creative and committed. You are focused on not just bettering your own lives, but those of your families and of the communities in which you live and in which you will serve, and to make the world a better place. And while the knowledge you've gained through the journey that has brought you to this point in time and the experiences you had will always be with you, I hope you'll always keep in mind 5 guiding principles that I trust will light the way along your journey of possibilities. First, in everything you do, don't just put an uncertain foot forward. Jump in with both feet and with all your heart. Do what you love. Own it. Don't rent it. Even in uncertain times, we need to remember the power of commitment, faith, and the drive to be the very best. In the magnum opus named Metamorphosis, Ovid reminded the reader that the gods favored the bold. Irrespective of who we speak of and in which context, there is no doubt that destiny bends in the direction of those who trace new paths, take risks, and are willing to take the path less traveled. Second, be resilient. If you believe in a course of action, don't let setbacks overwhelm you. Challenging the status quo is difficult, and you will face criticism, sometimes disappointment, and sometimes failure. You might make major mistakes. You might stumble and fall. But if you slip at times, remember, if you haven't hit a barrier, you're not doing enough. You're being too cautious. You're not pressing boundaries. Resilience, however, does not mean that you continue to bang your head against a wall. Sometimes one needs to look for other avenues, other ways to achieve the same goal. Not all roads are built by blasting down mountains. Some of the most scenic and peaceful drives are on roads built to traverse the mountain rather than go through it. And remember that life does not have to be fair. Not getting your way immediately does not mean that the world is against you. Fear, barriers, obstacles, we face them every day. Success is not measured by how many we face, but how we face the situation and what we do during and after that moment. It's how we bounce back from adversity that defines our character. Years ago, as I faced some challenges and looked over the past, bemoaning my errors, I came across some words that I've always kept in my mind. I'm strong because I've been weak. I'm fearless because I am afraid. And I'm wise because I've been foolish. The past does affect us, but it does not define us. Our ability to bounce back, to rise above the challenge, that's what defines us. Third,
Maintain your integrity. Don't do anything that would cause you to worry about seeing it reported on social media. If you can't be proud of it, if you can't own it, don't do it. Abraham Lincoln probably said it best. I'm not bound to win, but I'm bound to be true. I'm not bound to succeed, but I'm bound to live up to what light I have. Fourth, be thankful for what you have. Thank people every day. Thank your parents, your spouse, your children, your friends. Thank them for the small and everyday things that they do for you and for the things that they don't do. Often that's what makes your life much easier. Appreciation is a powerful force. It boosts morale. It shows that you recognize effort. It motivates. Ordinary people do extraordinary things when they feel appreciated. And more than anything else, it's good to do. It makes you feel better, and it has a tremendous effect on the person that you thank. The world would be a much better place if we all expressed thanks to each other and didn't take actions for granted. The fifth and final guiding principle that I give you comes from one of my favorite authors by the name of Richard Bach, who wrote, "When you have come to the edge of all light you have, and you step into the darkness of the unknown, believe that one of two things will happen to you. Either you'll find something solid to stand on, or you'll be taught how to fly. As you leave this university, believe in yourselves. Believe that you are ready to fly. If you put your mind to it, there's nothing you cannot do. So as you get ready to leave these hallowed halls, remember that as mavericks, there is nothing that cannot be achieved. No dream that is too big or too far. It's not why, it's why not. It's in your hands. All you have to do is reach out, grab it, believe in it and yourself, and make it happen." This is a very special time. Today you have in your minds, your hands, all the knowledge you've learned and accumulated. Tomorrow you will bring that to the world. I'd like all our graduates to take a moment to look around, soak in this moment. Take a good look at your fellow students around you. This was a journey that you traveled individually and together. And to some of you, this day might have seemed a distant dream, but it's here now. Savor that feeling of success. You have earned it. To ensure that you do not forget this moment and your friends, I'm going to ask you to take a quick break. Take out your phones. Yes, you can. Take a selfie. Take a photograph of a friend that's sitting around you. Take a photograph of the arena and keep it with you. Remember this day. This will be a day that will live in your life forever. I have one last request of each of you, our graduates. And I can't express it any better than by using the words that Christopher Robin spoke to Pooh. Promise me that you will always remember you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Remember your times at UTA and come back often. We will miss you. For today, congratulations and goodbye. For tomorrow, good luck and Godspeed, class of 2017, and forever, go Mavs.
Thank you, Dr. Karbari, for your inspiring words. We will now begin your favorite part of the program, the awarding of degrees. Many candidates are wearing cords, stoles, and medallions to signify their accomplishments and achievements. Some include a double gold cord, which indicates their status as cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. It is our pleasure to recognize the candidates receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Will all candidates receiving a doctoral degree please rise? I am pleased to recognize that these individuals, by satisfactorily completing their current semester of academic work, meet all the requirements for their degrees as specified by their graduate studies committees and graduate assemblies. Faculty members who will be hooding students, please watch for your student and come forward to place the hood when the student name is called. We begin with the College of Education. Science candidates, please be seated. Dean Doty.
We now recognize the College of Education candidates for the doctoral degree. Will the candidates please come forward?
Maria Yoreli Delgado. Pudding faculty, Taryn Allen. Michael Dwayne Mozingo. Pudding faculty, Bradley Davis.